I am here today with the Mayor of Cold Lake, Craig Copeland. And Mayor Copeland, we are talking about a trip that you're taking to Saskatoon. Can you tell me about the meeting that you are going to be attending?
Yeah, so a bunch of the mayors from across Western Canada were invited by the mayor of North Battleford. So he's taken the lead on this. But once a year, you get the ratings of your community on what's called the CSI or Crime Severity Index. And you always look at that index and you go, "Oh, really?" And so the communities that are invited to the meeting are in the top 20 in Canada. And so there's going to be communities from Otasko and Cold Lake, Langley, BC, and a few communities from Saskatchewan. Lloydminster is going to be there also, and we're just going to strategize. And one of the biggest issue is that you know because of it's for populations over 10,000. If you have a major crime in your community, just one crime can really affect the ratios.
Okay, so you say that the numbers might show that you're in that top 10, but perhaps those are skewed a little bit by population.
Exactly. So, say we were to have one murder in Cold Lake with our population of just over 16,000, and he had zero murders the year prior, it shows 100% increase in murders. So there's little nuances like that. So the idea as the mayor has is to strategize with everybody and there's going to be actually people from statistics from Canada government there to sort of strategize on better ways. And also the RCMP will be there in the meeting. So I'm really looking forward to it. Should be a good meeting tomorrow.
I know that it's a problem that has kind of plagued mayors from all types of communities and sizes. It seems everywhere is dealing with the same issues. Do you expect to hear anything surprising?
No, I think you're going to be in a room of like-minded municipal leaders, but we got to do something about it. Here in Cold Lake, we've always championed that the prosecution needs to be tougher. If that means building more prisons across Canada, so be it. But then leniency is unbelievable. It's very frustrating for the RCMP, catching the people and then in some cases here in Cold Lake, they're released within hours, and it's very frustrating. I know we had an individual in Cold Lake that had over 200 events or charges on him, and still wandering around the streets. So it's tough to be a police officer these days.
Yeah, for sure. And without the cooperation of the federal government with legislation and laws in place, people's hands are kind of tied, aren't they?
Yeah, we met with the provincial justice minister, Mr. Amory, and a while ago. But that's what he was saying, and we need to take a really tough stance, and the Liberal government really has to step in and deal with this because we do have a crisis going on in municipalities across Canada. Um, it just seems to be, I really feel bad for the business owners here in Cold Lake and other communities that are getting continuously broken into. I mean, the city is part of that also where facilities are getting broken into, but the insurance rates for companies is getting pretty extreme. And so we need to step in and do something, that's for sure.
Do you hope that anything will come out of this as far as something to be taken to the federal government to say, hey, here's what we have all been experiencing and finding, do something?
Yeah, I think on this case, on this meeting, I think we want to work with the statistics people to try to how do you justify on your charts small communities having how can you go from 0 to 1 and then all of a sudden you're 100%, and then that really skews the index. And so it does cause issues when people are looking at your community to want to live and move there. It does. I've had doctors tell me that they're concerned when they come to Cold Lake about that number. They see it, so it's real. So I think that conference is going to be really trying to dive into the statistics and trying to understand, is there a better way to work with those numbers so that it represents small communities populations.
All right. Well, Craig, we'll leave it there. And thank you so much for taking the time this morning to speak with me.
Thank you.